Welcome to the Shitmates Pod, episode 7, the Christmas special!
It's Christmas!
We're joined by a very special guest for the first 4 minutes of the podcast. This is Cookie McJingles.
Hello
everyone, it's Cookie McJingles.
Cookie McJingles is an elf that you're expelled from, I was about to say expelled from Hogwarts. Expelled from the North Pole by Santa for...
Lost my hat. Sorry.
What was it?
It could be from...
No, carry on.
There you go.
Oh!
Expelled from the North Pole and forever banished to work on cruise ships for 1 week a year.
1 week a year. And it's sent to Melbourne.
You're sent to Melbourne. Yeah. How have you found this cruise, Cookie?
You know what? It has been so much fun. All I've done is just cause chaos.
You've only been on for a day.
Yeah, Cookie McJingles' job is just to cause chaos in amongst the other activities, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Disrupt
Yeah,
everyone.
so I've not really been doing any activities myself. I just go around and mess other people's up.
Yeah. Cookie McJingles doesn't drink either.
Cookie McJingles is teetotal after the incident.
Ever since the incident.
It's rough.
Cookie McJingles,
Hello.
Yeah.
what is your favourite thing about Christmas?
My favourite thing about Christmas? Well, I love the fact that I could just sort of do what I want.
Christmas is the peak of your working season.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's the time where people don't think I'm just some weird guy.
Yeah.
Do
you wear this all year?
In June. People give me funny looks.
You know what's wild, right? We're all from the UK.
Yeah.
I used to think Australian people celebrate Christmas in like July.
Yeah.
Because we say like, oh, they celebrate Christmas in summer.
It's weird, isn't it?
Actually,
It's so strange though, because we're in Australia right now. You can't tell from the windowless cabin we're in, but it is strange kicking around like Melbourne and Adelaide and stuff, and it being like 30 degrees.
it is.
And it being
really strange.
like it's not felt like Christmas to me until I felt a bit of Christmas.
I did.
this week actually.
You know what I thought was wild was today we were sat on crew deck and we were listening to Christmas songs while sunbathing.
in the blaring heat,
like 35 degrees, UV 12, hitting your skin.
It's a step into Christmas.
Absolutely bronzing. Got Elton John blaring down his finest Christmas hits.
I think this year I don't think I've heard like any Christmas
Until
songs
today,
at
I
all.
haven't,
Like,
yeah.
I think it's genuinely been maybe the odd little Christmas song
Yeah.
here and there, but I've not watched a single Christmas film this year.
Neither.
I started
You've done a
Love
few.
Actually. I started Love Actually. I watched the Holiday.
Holiday.
Yeah, the one with where they're like, oh, I need a holiday.
You've
Sorry.
explained that really well. Yeah.
Is this different to The Holiday?
Yeah, it's a Netflix.
Oh, okay.
original.
Okay.
I keep getting a lot of Hallmark movies on my feed. And I'm not having that on Netflix.
Yeah.
So, have you ever watched a Hallmark Christmas film?
No.
They're not-
So you know Hallmark, the people who make cards.
You never heard of a Hallmark movie?
Oh my God, Cookie, we're gonna blow your
We
mind.
don't get these in the North Pole.
No, you definitely do.
Cameron's mates on there.
Yeah, the guy that got me into inspired me to become a magician is now a Hallmark movie actor. So the people that make cards, Hallmark cards, have a whole movie studio that make
No
movies,
way.
and they're really popular. But they're basically the cheesiest movies
They're all exactly
you can
the
imagine.
same.
They're all the same
they're all the
plot. It's
same.
like a couple are in love, and then they sort of fall out of love, and then an event happens to bring them back together, and they all it's like
Amazing.
generic rom-com.
One of
but
them's
really cheesy.
quite often like in the royal family or just English.
Yes, for some reason.
That's always a going theme. There's a classic sort of, oh, I've just got back from Leicester Square, boy.
Yeah.
All that.
And they've got they're fairly high budget, but they have weird green screen and stuff in it as well to try and I don't know, bring the budget.
I need to get on some of these.
No,
They're
you
not
don't.
great.
You don't.
No.
They're really
I'd watch
bad.
one just so you know the thing.
I
But
love
oh
a
man,
bad movie.
Oh,
though.
you'll love that.
Oh, I love a bad film.
they're honestly
They're
horrible.
horrible. I actually watched one about halfway through. I was watching with my mum and I said to her, I was like, why is this so awful? And we looked at the info and it was like a Hallmark movie. Like,
They're kind of supposed to be.
they make
awful.
cards, yeah. But basically, my theory is they're making it so that people feel more Christmassy, so people buy more cards.
Oh, so it's
Oh.
one big
That's my-
advertising
yes.
scheme.
That's my
marketing
theory.
scheme.
I never even.
Sure, they
Yes.
make money from the movies, but I think it's actually like a loss leader, like how IKEA sell hot dogs for 75p. But they make movies that cost them quite a lot, and they don't
That's
make
like
a lot of
a
them.
weird conspiracy, man.
I thought that was like
That's quite
common
smart.
knowledge.
That's what
I've
they
not
do.
heard
That's
that.
really genius.
Well,
Yeah.
it's almost like the Michelin stars for restaurants.
It's
The
the same
Michelin
as
guide.
the tire.
The reason they made it's the same as
Yeah.
tire. The reason they made the guides back in like the 60s was so that people would drive more to restaurants.
Yeah.
And they'd wear their tires. This is absolutely true.
Yeah.
They'd wear their tires down and they'd buy more tires.
Do you want to hear something else mental?
Go on.
Guinness Book of World Records and Guinness, same people.
I always wondered that.
Really?
So Guinness World Records used to be printed on coasters to get people to talk in the pub to stay there longer. To be like, oh, it says here Guinness World Record. How many sips can you finish a pint in or something? And it'd be like, oh, 1 is a record. Like, you know what I mean? So something that you like actively try
Guinness,
out. Or,
man, they're on that marketing.
you can
love
only
the little
flip this
game.
many. Yeah.
That's so smart.
I love a game to
And-
keep you drinking.
Then out of that, but it was like pub bets originally, and then out of that stems the actual like world records and Guinness, officially awesome and all that. Friend of the pod, Martin Rees,
Lots of them.
6 or 7 time
Yeah.
Guinness World Record.
One of our mates has got like loads.
He loves them. He
Loves
breaking
records.
records.
In like what sort of records?
Magic ones. So they're all loosely magic themes. He's got the most. I see if anyone can name. Martin,
There you
if
go.
you're listening, correct me if I'm wrong. Most magic tricks whilst done underwater. I worked
It's
on
quite
that one.
niche.
Most magic tricks whilst done skydiving.
Insane.
Most magic tricks whilst done in a wind tunnel. It's
It's one. Because no one else has ever done that. So all you have to do is one trick.
But it's also the same with skydiving. right?
Yeah. Just a lesser version.
That's true, actually, yeah.
Most magic tricks whilst done blindfolded.
Yeah.
This one I have an issue with, but most cards remembered that have been picked from spectators, or most cards found.
Was it you today, or one of you said? Asked me today if you could be like the best at something in the. It was you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The best at something in the world of any person. What would it be? And it can't be like being the only Scottish magician on a cruise ship in Australia. But like these all seem like those
do you think
things.
there's anything that you are the best in the world at?
Already.
Yeah.
So I think it's anything I'm best in the world at.
But it can't be like niche, like, you know, like that niche.
We're talking about like the thing where there's someone in the world who's eaten the most crisps.
The most Sour Patch Kids is you, man.
SPKs.
I reckon genuinely, I don't think anyone.
I've eaten a whole bag today.
Yeah,
I've eaten a
think
bag a day for the past 3 days. That's
think-
not a lie.
I
And I
think
don't feel
you
good
eat-
about it.
more than anyone else, genuinely.
But so there is someone in the world that's eaten the most crisps of all people ever, or living at least. So that means there's someone that's done the most of everything, and they don't even know they're that person.
I think I've heard this crisp thing before. I think they know, because I watched a TLC documentary on My Strange Addiction. They were addicted to crisps and
Yeah,
they
but
only eat crisps.
But they still can't be sure it's them.
I reckon it is.
Have they asked everyone else?
Geezer was going through like 14
Because
packs
you've got
a
to
day.
think that there's probably somewhere, like someone who's not being filmed who just guzzling down these
Yeah,
crisps
that's what
as
I mean.
well, and just doesn't want
Not
to
everyone that eats a shit ton of crisps wants the attention, man. Not everyone wants a TLC documentary.
Yeah, you don't want any attention about Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, I actually resent you for bringing that up, to be honest. You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
What do you think you're the best at? I don't know.
I said it.
Yeah,
Sour
well,
Patch
it's just
Kids.
like
I thought you were saying, is there something that if you wanted to, you could? What would you want to?
No,
What would you
no.
try train to be the best at? That you could get quick. Like the whole thing of What would you train for a gold medal in the Olympics if you had to pick any sport, like that kind of thing? What would you be best at if you had to pick something? Like I might say like tech decking or something. I reckon I could get that down. I reckon I could get it down pretty quickly. No, not as an Olympic sport. It's like something.
Oh, got you.
For the golden tech decking. I think you'd be surprised how good some people are at tech decking.
I would say if I give it a year, I could get pretty good at it.
If you committed a full year to tech decking.
Yeah.
I still reckon you'd be quite far off. Some of
Yeah,
them.
I agree.
There's got to be
kicker here.
championships or something.
Oh, there are. I
Yeah.
get them on my TikTok all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at tech decking either.
Yeah. Like, for example, Cookie's old boss, Santa,
Oh, yeah.
best
That
in the
guy.
world breaking into people's houses and eating their food, eating their cookies, drinking their milk. He's great at that.
That's
Highly illegal.
That is some like winter arc bulk right there.
Highly
Eating all those cookies.
One night a year.
So most cookies eaten.
Yeah,
is
true.
Santa.
Actually. He's breaking a few world records.
Just gets pegged by Mrs. Claus the rest
Do you
of the
reckon?
year. Sorry, Cookie.
Yeah. All right, Owen. You've been lovely, but sadly we're gonna have to let you go.
Beautiful, thank you.
But thanks for chiming in.
Oh,
Really appreciate that.
call me Owen.
Oh,
no,
Cookie.
Cookie McJingles.
Cookie.
Dub it
Who's
over,
Owen?
Cameron. Okay, and he's gonna try and not knock over all his cameras so we can just carry on.
Sorry, yeah, that's a good show, actually.
Give it up for Cookie McJingles, studio audience. Woo!
Love you guys.
See you in Crew Bar. Cookie.
Cookie.
Oh, what fun that was. That was-
guest on the Christmas episode.
Yeah, that was so much fun. And none other than Cookie McJingles
Cookie
themselves.
Themselves, yeah.
I've
It's a
got
shame that Owen had to leave the ship.
It is a shame Owen have to leave the ship. Yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't Owen. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I've got some Christmas icks.
Christmas icks.
Yeah.
So, like, things about Christmas that ick you, or things that people do during Christmas that ick you?
Both, man.
Right, let's do it.
All right. So if you come up, I meant to tell you to come up with something, but I forgot. So I'll just go through mine. But if you have any, chime in. Number one, couples wearing matching pajamas.
I sort of disagree with this.
Mate, you look like siblings if you do it.
Okay, and I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking gross, man. Whenever I see it on Instagram, I'm like, no, you look like siblings.
Do you know what I have been getting loads of sponsored ads for this Christmas though? Is couples Christmas jumpers.
Yeah.
But they're not matching. They're like pairs.
That's
So
cool.
it's
I get
like-
that. Yeah, that's calm.
I can't. Oh, do you know what? I'm gonna find some examples.
It'll be like I love coming to Christmas parties, and the other one will say I'm Christmas parties or something.
Yeah,
right?
it's like
yeah.
I only Santa only comes once a year, and then the woman's
Yeah.
got like in once or yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it.
right. I know exactly what you mean. I think that's time for that. Complimenting each other's outfits.
Yeah.
You're really Christmased out. You've got Christmas socks on.
I do. I've got my Grinch socks on, which you gave me.
I did.
Part of my
Yeah,
advent
yeah,
calendar.
yeah. We're still doing the advent
calendar.
We haven't. We're still doing the advent calendar where we give each other a little present every day. What did I give you today? I gave you 2 things because I forgot to give you one yesterday.
Yeah, okay, so I've got some of them here. I'm going to screenshot these so I can put them in. So the male one has official stocking stuffer.
Yeah.
And then the girl's house says, I'm the stocking.
Nice.
The girl says, ho.
Yeah.
And then the guy says, where's my ho at?
Yeah.
Like,
these are funny, man.
do you know what I mean, though? These are good, though. I like this. I come in peace.
Yeah.
And then the girl says, peace.
Yeah, all right.
Like,
They're
funny.
I feel like it's so like office Christmas party. You know what? You'd wear that with like, you know, did you ever have like a work wife? You know what I'm talking about?
Sort of.
Like you have like a work wife.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, my friend Lisa Davey, friend of the pods.
I don't know.
Me and Chris, she was like both of our work wife, I think. We still have a group chat called
Work
Lisa's
throuple.
Lads. Yeah, we were kind of like a work throuple actually.
Wow.
And we still talk regularly, the 3 of us, and hang out quite a lot. But yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's a good one.
That's a.
The man says Santa, and the woman says, I'm so good Santa came twice.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good one.
These are funny.
Yeah.
A little bit cheeky.
So I'd wear that with a couple, but I wouldn't do like a matching pajamas.
You know what? You know what makes these good is you could wear them at a family Christmas party. Well, okay, maybe not.
No,
maybe
I
not
think
family.
people would
But like,
see
but like
through it.
kids wouldn't clock on.
Yeah, kids aren't going to clock on.
Yeah.
And also what's nice is if you're out and about socially,
Yeah.
let's say you go out with a group of friends, they don't make sense separately.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just look like Christmas jumpers.
Yeah.
Until you stand next to each other, then you go, that's funny. And that's cool. I like that.
It is good. I think it's good for parties and whatnot. I can get behind that. But the matching Christmas pajamas are a big no-no for me. Not a fan. So I don't know. Maybe next relationship I'm in, none of that. Pajamas.
No matching.
Jumpers, fine. Not
Quite like your
pajamas.
jumper actually. What's going on here? You've got some like little glitter.
I don't know, man. I've had it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, Luke borrowed this off a
Friend of pods,
friend
Martin.
of Martin.
Martin, actually, ironically, Martin and Danny, his partner, they had matching Christmas jumpers.
Yeah, of course they
They
did.
both had the same one.
Of course they
It's
did.
got these sort of sequin baubles on it. It's got all
Jingle
sorts.
Bell Rock, it says.
Fun facts for you, and this will be coming out after Martin's worn
Done
this.
the
So it's
deeds.
fine. Yeah. This Christmas jumper still got the tag on it. It was $20. It was £10, and he said, "I'm returning it."
Naughty boy.
He was like, I only need it for Christmas.
Naughty
I'm
boy.
returning it. So very cheeky, Martin.
I like it. You got like snowmen playing cymbals.
You had such an opportunity to boot.
Yeah,
I've got
Santa
snowmen.
singing, Mrs. Claus playing the guitar.
I'll be honest, mate. I did look at it at
It's
all.
great. You got,
You're-
you got a reindeer playing the saxophone.
Yeah, you're pointing at things I had no idea what to
Great.
think. I saw the sparkles on it. I thought that's a bit of me.
Great,
Kind of
love
got it
that.
on. Your Christmas
Thank you.
jumper.
Oh, I
Pretty
love this Christmas jumper.
Pretty sparkly
That was
too.
last year. It's just kind of classic. It just says ho ho ho, but we've got some like sparkly thread on the gingerbread men and the reindeers. with
Correction.
some
It
rainbows.
actually says ho, 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 and keeps on going.
Oh,
Indefinitely.
very funny.
Yeah, well, it does.
Comedy's hard, my friends.
Yeah, or does it just say ho once and it's repeated? We'll never know. You got some snowmen, Christmas trees.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I like the beige.
I like the beige.
I really, you know what? Beige gets a lot of shtick for being boring. I fucking love a bit of beige.
This is a great beige.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
is. Sort of sand.
Yeah, we love that.
Other Christmas Icks. I've got, you know what? I'll get out of the list.
List.
I've got no shame in getting out of the list of my Christmas Icks.
We're going to do some cruise ship content as well, but we'll do a bit of Christmas stuff.
Yeah, we'll do, it's a Christmas special, buddy.
Yeah, of course.
We
Yeah,
didn't
but
even
come
do an
here.
intro saying that we live on a cruise ship, but who needs that? You're here for the Christmas special? Okay. We talk about this in every podcast. Glittered wrapping paper. Big Christmas ick of mine.
Glittered. That's like your glitter thing.
I've got a glitter phobia.
Do you mean like this? Like that texture of like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Get not fuck off! Get pipes! No, it's on your bed. No, because when you're opening it, it all just crumbs
Kind of,
everywhere.
yeah.
It ends up on your hands. I don't want that. Like,
I can get behind that.
Yeah, I don't back that. It gets all over your clothes and you end up covered in glitter. A few other things. If someone wraps up Christmas presents really well,
Is that an ick for you?
it's not an ick. I actually think they put a lot of care in it, but also
I
like,
find that weirdly attractive.
nah,
I've
it's
had
just-
ex-girlfriends who've wrapped presents like incredibly neatly, and when they give it to me on Christmas Day, I'm like, that's kind of hot.
right. What if someone like whipped out like a wrapping station, like a little
I'm
like
okay with that.
they said like, oh yeah, I've actually got a wrapping station,
I would
like in
go
a
as far
hidden
as to
wardrobe.
argue that if somebody gave me a badly wrapped present,
Yeah.
that's more of an ick. If it was a mess, like the
Yeah, the
when
one
I
I
give you
gave
the
you-
advent calendars, where I just don't give a fuck. I've just taped it up.
I gave you one the other day where it was actually just crumpled around.
Yeah.
It wasn't even taped.
Like,
Like, yeah,
obviously-
duct tape or like insulation tape to tape it up. Stuff like that, yeah, that's a bit icky. But like really, really well.
Yeah. No, I'm into that.
I don't know. Okay, my next one, really good Christmas crackers. Like expensive Christmas crackers. And when someone spends like a tenner per cracker.
Yeah.
My nan used to do this, and you end up with like some metal puzzle inside. I'm like, that it needs to be
It's
shit.
a tough one because I actually dislike Christmas crackers anyway for their waste.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have bought some Christmas crackers.
I know, and that's okay.
But
We're wasting a lot of shit on this shit.
we do waste a lot of shit on the ship, and I think also our environmental morals sort of go out the window on a ship
We
because
do a bit.
we're already like, well, we work on a ship. It's the worst thing for the planet in the world, and also we drink a lot of bottled water because there's actually no other option really. The crackers that I bought, all recyclable.
Okay.
So
It's a shame we live in a ship and they're not going to recycle any of it.
yeah,
But...
that is true. But the thought was there. Yeah, they were recyclable.
No, I get that.
They made out of paper, cardboard, what have
Yeah,
you.
but I feel like sometimes in the nicer crackers, you get stuff that's actually useful. Like, see if you get like a bottle opener and a Christmas cracker.
Yeah.
Oh, peak.
You know what I think?
Unreal.
You know what I think the best one you get in a Christmas cracker is? Nail clippers.
I sort of can get behind that as well.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Go on, best one.
I actually think a bottle opener.
Bottle opener is
Because
clutch, yeah.
it doesn't matter how many bottle openers you have, you always lose them. And you get a few more at Christmas. They go in the drawer.
Yeah. Also, you know what? On Christmas Day, someone goes, who's got a bottle opener? You.
Ready for
straight
good.
out there.
Ready
Ready
for
for action. Yeah, ready for action. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
love that.
Bottle opener is pretty peak. The little sewing kits are underrated because they come in useful like 6 months down the line.
You know what? And they can fit in your wallet as well.
Okay.
The tiny little ones.
I think
I'm not
having-
carrying it around in
I
my
was gonna
wallet.
say, I think having a sewing kit in your wallet's an ick, mate.
Yeah, no, it is. But like, you know, what I mean, I actually have like a Ono bag when I go to gigs. I'm
Right.
pretty sure there's a
Yeah,
little sewing kit like that in it. Not that before a gig, if I get a small rip, I'm gonna start stitching and doing haberdashery before my gig. But
Oh, you've ripped your pants, have you? Oh, well, luckily
Yeah.
for you.
no, but it's nice to have there just in case I feel like I could do it. Yeah, you're right. The tiny little sewing kits, mini screwdriver set,
The mini screwdriver set is actually peak.
elite. You can fix
Unreal.
watches with that.
I wouldn't, but you
I
can.
wouldn't. I remember I used to work for a magician called Dynamo.
Mm.
Did you guys?
Don't know if you've heard of him.
Dynamo?
Luke never mentioned it.
Yeah, I actually don't mention it as much as I could.
You do.
I mean, it was
You
actually,
actually mentioned it as much as you possibly
Okay.
could.
it was a long time ago. About I actually started working from 5 years ago. He's actually today at the point of recording, not the day this comes out. He's just put out a new Christmas special.
Huh.
So Dynamo, friend of the pod. I hope the Christmas special goes well. We're gonna have a little screening of it here at some
Yeah.
point, probably very soon actually in the next couple of days. I'm very excited to watch it. But
Big Stevie.
where was it going with that? Oh yeah, watches.
Yeah.
Right. So one of my other friends, friend of pod, Robert Pound,
For a pound.
he was fixing a watch in our office once because he just thought he could do it himself because one of us had a watch and we're like, can we repair this? And he had like all of the equipment miscellaneously to fix a watch, but he
Right.
didn't really have any idea how to do it. And he puts it under. We're like, now, Rob, honestly, mate, there's a Timpson's down the road. We can just go there. It's like, no, trust me, I got this. Puts it into the machine. She goes, and we hear, tsk. So, you're going to have to take it to Timpson's. Hands back, just a cracked
Oh,
watch.
no.
So, yeah. Anyways, that's that. But I'm looking forward to watching Dynamo's new
Yeah.
Christmas. There's not a lot of magic on TV at the minute.
There isn't actually. It's
I'm
been a bit of
quite
a dry
excited.
spell recently, which is probably a good thing because you need the troughs to have the peaks. Right?
Mhm.
You need to slow down.
Social media is a new TV, man.
Yeah, no one really watches TV anymore.
No.
That's the thing too.
I'd love a TV show.
Oh yeah, we'd kill a TV show.
But
We'd
yeah,
smash it.
Yeah,
Anyone that works in TV that watches this, just give us a TV show. We promise you.
Rory, friend of pod,
That'll
works
be
in
great.
TV.
Yeah, well, where's he?
He's not going to give us a TV show. He doesn't
Yeah.
really have. I don't think he has the ability to do that.
Doesn't really. Well, anyone that works in TV that has the ability to give us a TV show,
Yeah,
give us a goddamn TV show.
we'd
We'll-
absolutely smash it.
We'll
not
work
gonna lie.
hard. we'll come up with cool, new, fun, silly things.
Magic themes.
Yeah.
And also, look at this. Look at the production level of this.
We do this in a cabin in a cruise ship.
We've put this together with,
This is a
believe it or
windowless
not,
room.
no budget.
No,
Would you believe that?
This has not cost us
Not a penny.
one single penny to do.
Yeah,
Granted, we had the stuff already.
we did.
but
Yeah. This is great. Great stuff.
Look at this.
We got
We've
microphones,
got a microphone. We got this. This
Two
is
camera
like blue
setup.
tack.
Yeah.
This is unreal.
2 camera setup, 4 lights utilising
Unreal.
this. Actually 5 if you count the lamp that's on over there. We've absolutely smashed. We're good at production. So, you know, all we're asking for is 50, 60 grand, £100,000, and we'll make a banging TV show. That's 100,000. I think that's fair.
And send us to your friends that work in TV.
Yeah, and
Maybe not this, but give us a call.
yeah, and you know what? If you get us that gig, you can have £1,000. I'm happy with that.
100 quid.
All right, that's good. Yeah, that's our Dragon's Den pitch. You want £100,000 for one TV show? Yeah, shake on it. Anywho, that's enough about our TV show pitch.
Yeah.
What you got on your list, mate?
Well, so mainly cruise ship
All right,
stuff.
Christmas
That's
cruise
what
ship
people
stuff?
are here for. Not
Christmas-
really Christmas cruise ship stuff. Oh.
Like, what's your favourite Christmas movie? Mine's Love Actually.
I'm actually not a huge fan of Christmas movies.
All right.
And I'll tell you for why. It's the same 10 movies that you watch every single year.
Yeah.
They don't
correct.
change. They don't get better. You never really get new ones added. It's the same reason I don't love Christmas music either. It's just like
Yeah, there's no new Christmas bangers, are there?
when you're a kid, the reason you love Christmas is 'cause everything is new.
yeah,
Every time you see a
facts.
new Christmas movie, it's new. Every time you hear a Christmas song, it's new. When you grow up, the things that you then have access to, like you're not watching a kid's Christmas movie anymore. You're watching like Love Actually, for example.
Yeah.
And you have like all these levels of Christmas movies. But when you hit 30 years old, you've seen it all the same way every day,
Yeah, that's
every
true.
year, for 10 years now.
Yeah, I do get excited about Christmas like TV shows though. There's not really been any that I know about. Like there was a point where on all the sitcoms I was watching, on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the UK ones as well, like Peep Show,
Christmas
and
specials.
Gavin Stacey, you'd have
Yeah.
all of the specials come out. Gavin Stacey have got one coming out.
This year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had one, not last year, a couple of years ago.
yeah.
And obviously the original is.
The one thing I get
Elite.
excited about in Christmas is Doctor Who, to be
Oh
fair.
yeah, they still yeah.
They do a Christmas special, yeah.
Every year.
Every year, yeah.
That's great.
Since New Who, since like 2001, I think.
Wow.
And quite often the Christmas special introduces the next Doctor or the next series, which is great. And actually, that's pretty much the only thing that I really look forward to about Christmas.
Who was your first Doctor Who?
Christopher Eccleston,
Which one's that?
the very first one of the new, like the reboots.
Who was after him?
David Tennant.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
that's the first one I saw on TV.
So Christopher Eccleston only did one series, and then he sort of fell out. So he rebooted the whole thing. He sort of fell out with the directors, and then moved on.
Patched him in for David Tennant.
David Tennant, yeah,
David Tennant did a pretty good job. to be
and
fair.
he killed it. He absolutely
Yeah.
smashed it. Yeah.
Who's your favourite Doctor?
Between David Tennant and I'm also a big Matt Smith fan.
Matt Smith is pretty good.
He's so good.
You base a lot
he's
of your
so cool.
outfits on him.
I do actually, yeah. He's just very cool. I love the quirkiness. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. This is pretty much the only episode I've not worn short sleeves, but I have a Doctor Who tattoo on my bicep. And yeah, I think I learned everything about the world that I know from Doctor Who, like everything positive.
I never got into it.
It's
Maybe I
great.
should.
Honestly, I'm trying to get someone on the ship to get it on a hard drive for me because I want to rewatch it from start to finish.
Yeah.
It's
I back that.
great. So great.
I really think I think someone previously on a cast had that and I didn't take it
Yeah.
because it was taking. I was going to get it. It took too long to download it because it had like all of the New Who.
Well, the New Who were now on like season I think 13 or something like that. So.
That's wild. Yeah. It was,
Yeah.
I want someone to get Peep Show. Also,
Peep
if you
Show.
don't know, we should explain that. There's a little like hard drive trade of people that have downloaded things.
Yeah, well, because when you work on a cruise ship, we talked about in the last episode how the internet's difficult to deal with. Like you can only be logged into one device at a time. So streaming stuff works, but not great.
So what people do is they buy DVDs from a shop and then they burn them onto the hard drive, right?
Look, I don't know where these
I don't know how they do it.
recordings come from.
All I know is I
All
watch
I
a lot
know
of it.
is that very occasionally people will hand me their hard drives. I will copy folders across onto my hard drive and return it back to that person
Yeah.
who I assume legally acquired.
I
Those files.
assume he's talking to the Warner Brothers or
Yeah, the Warner
directly.
Brothers.
Directly, yeah.
The two Warner Brothers.
Yeah, well, it
Hello,
actually
are
blew
you
my
the
mind.
Warner Brothers?
It blew my mind how quickly it happens. Like I got told the other day, someone with a hard drive was like, "I've got Wicked if you want it."
Yeah.
Holy shit, man! That's still in
Still in
cinemas.
cinemas, yeah.
What is it? Recorded on like an iPhone
I
in
think
the
it probably
cinema?
is. The problem is,
I've got one recording.
Could be.
I've got one recording of Ted. That is. I like how we're talking about voice and not saying the word that is. But I've got, whoa! Don't say that. That's a big word. I've got a recording of Ted on my hard drive, and it genuinely. Do you remember we had a little movie night?
yeah.
And we put on Ted, and I was like, oh, 1 second in, I remember. I was like, no, we can't
not
watch this.
great.
What are you talking about? And it's a guy recording it on his phone in the cinema.
So instead, what we watched is a PSA video.
No, we watched Weird
About-
Minutes actually, so that's
Oh,
not
yeah.
true. We did have a little movie night the other night where we watched a PSA video about how to be safe online.
From the early 2000s.
Yeah, it was great, but I actually little cool to I'm going to talk to the camera here. If you grew up around the same time as me, right? Maybe just before the millennium, just after. If you're one of those kids, right?
Specifically in England.
In England, I think it's a very English thing, yeah. Did you watch a video in PSHE, which stands for Public
Personal?
Sex
No,
Health?
personal,
What?
social, and health education.
That? Did you watch a video of a guy
Public
talking about?
sex.
All right, no indeed. Did you watch a video about a guy that had just moved out of his mum's house, had a really cool gaff, he was playing video games all day, and he was chatting to people online. And he then the crucial part is he asked a girl to leave a schoolgirl to leave a USB stick in a bush with some inappropriate images
Compromising images.
as Clocks by Coldplay plays.
Which is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it is a masterpiece. So if you watch that video, please leave a comment because
we watched that video like a week ago.
yeah, and it was a wild
Didn't
time.
age well either.
It has not aged well. I disagree with that. I think it's aged
The
very
advice
well.
has aged.
I'd still show
fine.
that in school. I think that still holds up.
Nah.
Actually, no. Actually, the idea of putting on a USB stick and leaving it in a bush.
If you
just
show that to
send it,
school
right?
kids now and said, "Oh, don't leave a USB stick in the bush," they'll be like, "Don't worry, we won't."
What's a USB stick?
As they send a fucking compromising
Yeah.
photo.
No, you're right. It hasn't aged well for technology. Right, we're going to take a quick break for our sponsors as I stop and start my camera.
A few moments later.
And that's a word from our sponsors. This episode is actually sponsored by Wonder & Co. You haven't talked about that? You own a magic shop.
Yeah, I own a magic shop in Edinburgh.
Too cool to talk about it, are we?
yeah. I own a magic shop. No,
Sorry,
yeah, I
you're
do.
both
It's just,
there.
do you know what it is? It's just it's a stressful time at the shop right now because it's Christmas time. We're trying to get everything out to people on time. The system that my shop utilizes is more complicated than it should be.
Yeah.
Because the magic industry, unfortunately, has a monopoly.
It really does.
There's one supplier for the whole industry. So they sort of decide how my business runs, which
And
kind of
it's me.
sucks. And it's like,
It's this guy.
no, they're based in the States as well. And so I currently run my business over 3 time zones. So it's just a bit stressful. If you want to buy any New Year's gifts, which are definitely a thing, get them at Wonder & Co.
Yeah, or late Christmas gifts or something. Also,
Yeah.
not just magic stuff. It's a magic shop, but puzzles and whatnot.
Puzzles and games and...
And if you're in
Fun
Edinburgh, pop into the shop.
Yeah.
It's lovely. They've got incense sometimes burning.
Yeah.
And actually, I love a shop that's burning incense.
Great. Underrated.
I really love it.
Way
I'm a big
underrated.
fan of incense.
Yeah, me too.
Incense or diffusers?
Yeah.
No, that was a question.
Oh.
What do you prefer?
Incense, for sure.
Yeah. If
If I could have incense in here, I'd have incense.
All the time.
Every day of the week,
You
yeah.
know what's a game changer? Incense cones.
With the
With a little like dragon breathing out
breathe it.
smoke.
That's cool, man.
Or
They're really cool.
Have you seen the downpour ones?
Yeah, it's
Where it
like
comes
a little
out from
waterfall
below,
kind of.
waterfall smoke. Smoke's really cool.
Smoke is so cool.
I've got a lot of time for smoke.
Yeah, we're not really allowed any sort of smoke on the ship.
No, and I miss it. To be
Yeah.
honest. Unless you're in a smoky area, but I wouldn't burn like sage out there, or I wouldn't burn sage inside either.
Imagine if you walk up to the smoking area with just a stick of
Sage.
incense. And like, what are you doing? It's like, just wanted to smell the incense, mate.
Are you a fan of cigars
Yeah.
from
I
time
mean,
to time?
From time to time.
I'm partial to like a Christmas Day cigar.
Around Christmas and New Year every year at university, we went on our uni ski trip and we always bought a cigar. The guys used to buy a cigar to take with us. And we used to stand on our balcony. Bear in mind, this is between the ages of like 18 and like 22.
Yeah.
One night of the week, and we were drunk the entire time as well. and we smoke these cigars. And every year, without fail, we'd all stand there, we'd chop the ends of the cigars, light the cigars, in sort of silence, sort of nodding as if like, this is cool. We get to about 3 puffs, and somebody would have the courage to say, this is horrible, isn't it? And we'd all be, yeah. And then we'd all just stop them out and go back inside. But as I get older...
Should we get a Christmas Day cigar in Hobart? But you know what? On New Year's Eve, depending on the vibe, what I did with Trevor Jones last year. Trevor Jones, friend of the pod, coming back on the ship for New Year's. And what we did is we went to Bonded and he bought a bottle of Verve and I bought a bottle of Moet and we sat there and drank them. And it was just a really lovely time. And you know what? It was cheaper than buying it from a supermarket because we get a discount. So I was happy to pay, maybe it might have cost me like $50.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. I think it was, I know, because it was 100. I think the retail of it on the ship was $100 for a bottle of Moet. So I think that would have meant I paid like $35.
Huh.
So not a lot, actually, when you think about it.
Trevor Jones is a friend of the pod. He's a musician.
Fantastic musician.
Keyboard player? Piano player, kind of piano bar
Singer.
style singer, yeah.
Yeah.
Very fun, very funny, very interactive.
And he's a really nice guy.
Great guy.
He's a really nice guy. He just gets it.
Yeah.
We don't talk about this on the pods. Me and Cam, I feel like we'll mention it quickly.
We should, yeah.
Me and Cam have this thing where we say in any industry, where there's someone, you've got 2 types of people you can narrow it down to. They either get it or they don't.
You either get it or you don't.
And in Magic, I think it's a really, really small percentage of people that get it.
Very small percentage. And you'll know who those people are because we'll be friends with them.
Yeah. I think it's genuinely like less than 1% of magicians
easily
get it. Same with cruise entertainers.
Yep.
There's a very small percentage of people that I think get it.
When you work on the cruise ship in a role like ours, so because we live and work on the cruise ship permanently, we see all the guest entertainers that come through constantly. And there's a big range of them in their abilities, how entertaining they are, how much the audience like them, but also just how much they get it.
Yeah, there was a magician on today, I won't name his name. I think as a cruise ship entertainer, I think he gets it.
I think he gets it as well.
I think as a magician, I don't know if he gets it.
I don't think he gets it.
See, we can't explain it, but it's just a thing.
Well, we talked last week as well, I think, or a couple weeks ago, about the privileges we have. And one of them that we have is that we can sit in the cocktail bar on board, which not many crew can.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where all the guest entertainers sit as well, because it's a little bit more private. It's out the way, it's quiet, and they can just hang out. And we get to sit and chat to them quite a lot. And we've had some, I think it's not unfair to say we've had some very interesting conversations over the past year with lots of different types of entertainers.
Very interesting. Some very good, some honestly not good. People, there's this whole sort of thing of not a lot of them, but a number of them seem to think they're better than what they're doing.
Yeah, they have this weird attitude towards the gig that they're doing that, like, for example, if the audience, if it wasn't a good show, if the audience didn't like them, the immediate response is to blame the audience rather than to look at themselves. Yeah. And look, we all have bad audiences. In fact, we did a show a couple of days ago where the audience were just not a great audience.
Yeah.
But when your audiences are constantly not good, so we see the same people come through the ship constantly, and quite often they get similar responses. If you get the same response every time, you've then got to question, is it them or is it actually me?
Yeah.
And these people don't.
And also another thing is when you ask someone about like why they do ships, some people will be like brutally honest. They'll say, I'll be honest, and we had this the other day, I'll be honest, it's a bit of a side hustle for me. But you know what? It's consistent money and I'm here for it. You have other people that say, oh, God, no, this is not what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to be doing these. Well, don't do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Well, I think it's fine to say this is not what I want to do, but I'm doing it for now.
Yeah.
But you then still have to enter it with the attitude of doing your absolute best.
Yes.
Because if this isn't the gig you want, you're not going to get the next one by doing this one half-heartedly.
Exactly.
And also, like, if you're too good for it, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
What's your favourite part of a Christmas dinner? Obviously, we're both vegan.
Honestly, I don't love Christmas dinner for that reason, because it's never great.
Yeah.
It's just, like, I like a nut roast, a good nut roast, and a good gravy. It's just always a nightmare, especially like no one else in my family is vegan, so like I guess maybe when you're at home, everyone's cooking vegetarian at least.
We're quite a big.
And I always have to look out for myself, which is fine. I was at my uncle's house for Christmas a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago now. And I remember I brought all my own stuff. So I brought the nut roast, I brought the gravy, I brought my own dessert and everything, kind of ready to go. Shove it in the oven for 20 minutes, ready to go. And my uncle was like very hospitable, like was very happy to have us all there. And he was sort of like, no, you enjoy Christmas Day, I'll deal with all of this. And so the nut roast, he brings the nut roast out. and I'm like, oh, there's actually gravy to go with it as well, because nut roast is a bit dry on its own.
Yeah, very dry.
So he makes the gravy, pours it all over the nut roast, brings it back out.
Wrong gravy.
It was actually the homemade caramel sauce that I'd made that was vegan for everyone's dessert, but for my dessert as well. But he'd covered the nut roast in this like thick caramel sauce. He just he looked at a couple of jugs, who were probably the same.
It's kind of on
He
you,
looked
man.
at it. Well, it totally is on me because he was being so nice.
Yeah.
He was like, just go and enjoy your day. And I was like, okay, thank you. And it just like,
funny.
it sort of ruined Christmas dinner. Again, absolutely not his fault.
Yeah.
But that for me is just sort of like, for me, it's like Christmas dinner is just such a hassle. Like being vegan can be a hassle anyway. But
Yeah.
Christmas dinner for me is just such a hassle. I'm just like, oh,
So for
just wanna
me,
get through it.
it was always, so I used to be vegetarian. I grew up vegetarian. I was raised vegetarian by my lovely parents, and my whole family was, as in my immediate family. My grandparents were not, but they understood vegetarian because my parents absolutely drilled it into them and put in their legwork.
Yeah.
Which was fine until 5 years ago when I decided to go vegan.
Dun, dun, dun.
And they just don't, and it's, you know what,
More
bless
cheese
them.
boards.
They really try, but they still don't really understand it completely. Like there was a point for about a year when I was vegan and they'd hand me a buttered sandwich and I'd still eat it out of being like, I didn't want to be like, well, I can't eat it because my nan, bless her, like, well, what do you mean you can't eat it? I'd be like, oh, no, fine, I'll just have it. And also cakes and stuff and desserts, she loves that. And she'll say, I checked the labels and it is vegetarian. I'm like,
My grandma's a bit like that. She's always like,
bless.
you can have like a bit of butter though, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, no.
that's not
Oh, you can have a little bit of butter in the soup. I'm
We
like,
also
no.
found out that all of her like roast potato, my nan does the best roast potatoes. Don't know how she does
Goose
them.
fat.
Yeah, lathered in goose fat, and it always have been. Oh, what's that?
Oh, this is delicious. What's the secret? Nothing. Don't
Goose
worry
fat.
about it.
But over the last few years, my mum started hosting, which I don't think she enjoys. My mum's not the biggest socialite, which is ironic because she runs a bar and conferences. So you would have thought she'd be a bit more social than she is, but she's not. But she doesn't really enjoy hosting too much either. But she does a really good job at Christmas dinner, and she makes me an absolute slapper of a meal. Not just the lunch. I'm talking about the breakfast. I get my avocado toast. Mind you, I just make it for myself
Right.
anyways. But so I'd say I get I'm sat there making it. My avocado toast for breakfast, and then 2, 3. What time do you think lunch should come out? Dinner?
Christmas.
Yeah, I'd say 3 p.m.
Christmas dinner.
Christmas dinner.
Maybe a little later. 4. Yeah, 3, 4.
3, 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to be pretty hungry for it. But not too.
Well,
Do you do a big breakfast?
we do usually.
Like
Well, before I was vegan, it was like scrambled eggs and smoked salmon.
Right. Yeah.
I don't.
Salmon and like
Yeah.
poached eggs or scrambled is kind of classic. There was a point where I'd have avo and poached
Yeah.
on.
We're all adults as well now, so it's like
Yeah.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
usually for breakfast. So probably not. And if we see family, it's not till 5 or 6 actually dinner. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. But my meals are normally pretty good. My mum does her best to find out what new bits are coming out. Like for example, she might get some like vegan pigs in blankets or something.
They're amazing.
Or
Oh
we'll
my
try.
God.
We have before whipped up our own with
Yeah.
like vegan little cocktail sausages, vegan bacon, air fry 'em.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Love that.
But this is like a 4-minute tangent on our favourite
Yeah.
bit on the roast dinner. I've got an answer for you.
Right.
Stuffing. Always has been, always will be. My favourite part.
Normal stuffing.
Just stuffing balls.
Is it vegan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like sage and onion stuffing.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Gin onion.
what?
What?
Sage and onion.
Oh.
But
They told me to sage and onion.
no.
It's
it's Christmas.
Christmas!
No, but here's a weird one. Stuffing, yeah.
Yep.
The balls.
Yep.
Sometimes a tray bake.
Yep.
Never know. Slice it up.
Yep.
Little sort of brownie cube.
Near my sex tape.
Yeah. Slice it up.
Stuffing the balls.
Yeah, stuffing ball. Okay. Stuffing nut in. Stuffing nut roast. Stuffing balls. Ah. Stuffing balls. I prefer this might freak you out. I prefer stuffing. I prefer stuffing raw. I prefer.
Welcome to shipmates in pornography.
I prefer stuffing raw than cooked.
Are we still talking about
Yes,
Christmas
we're
dinner?
talking about the food. I prefer raw stuffing than cooked stuffing.
Okay, you should have said that.
Not
I
stuffing it raw.
I prefer stuffing raw than. I don't think I've ever had raw stuffing.
Oh mate, honestly,
Can you eat it? What is it?
I don't know. But
It's onion.
I don't know if you can eat it. But every time, so I remember once, right, My mum I was probably about 8 or 9 years old.
It's like cookie dough, I guess.
It really is a bit savoury.
Yeah.
Mum was whipping it up, and I was like, wow, look, what is this this thing, this reminiscence that's in the bowl? Stuffing. I'll have a little bit. Oh my God. That's the best thing I've ever had in my life.
Huh.
And if they sold that like in a jar, you could spread on, oh my God, I'd be all over that shit. Raw stuffing is an absolute game changer. Folks, if this comes out before you've had your Christmas dinner, go and when your mum or your nan or your dads or whoever's making dinner, or both of them, if they're still, I don't know,
Or your foster parents, if neither of them are around.
or both your dads, both your mums, both your.
Anyway.
Dug myself a bit of a hole here. Whoever's making Christmas dinner, maybe it's you. Have a little bit of that raw stuffing. Game changer, honestly.
Here's a weird little admission from my late teenage years, from like 17, 18, 19, maybe even up to 20 when I was a student.
Yeah.
Didn't have much money to spend on like snacks and stuff. I used to buy the fondant icing blocks. Do you know that fondant icing comes in a block?
Yeah, scran that, did you? Why?
Unreal.
For what? Sugar.
Yes.
Pure sugar.
Do you know what I'm talking about though? Like
Yes,
the block
I know
of
exactly
fondant.
what you're talking about.
You get 2 fingers in there, you scoop it.
Oh, no, that is a game changer. I was
Unreal.
thinking of something different. I understand what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about like the solid block that you like model things out of to put on top of a cake. Like a fondant block, not a fondant tub.
Oh no, that's what I meant. The
block.
solid block, yeah. The brick.
Not like cream frosting.
No.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's great.
That's because I used to love birthday cakes, like cheap birthday cakes, but the icing when it comes off.
Nah,
That fondant ice cream, unreal.
That's my least favourite part of a cake, that fondant icing.
What?
Yeah. Although, talking of cakes, do you see the absolute blinder of a cake I bought for
Yeah,
Christmas
well,
Day?
I was going to try and bring it back around to our Christmas Day, because our plan is, us who are vegan, friend of the pod, Martin. Jumper, this is. He's also vegan.
Yeah.
And he lives just at the other end of the corridor.
He loves telling people he's vegan.
It was tough on the ship, right?
It really
it's tough being vegan on the ship. So we've sort of organised our own little Christmas vegan soiree.
We've got some just bits. It'll be like picky bits, but Christmas. I'll be honest, I haven't got that many bits.
I failed miserably at getting bits, but it sounds like Martin and Danny, Martin's partner, have also friend of the pod.
Yeah, I really hope so. I've got hummus, and I've got my plan, to be honest, was like, if the food's all right,
I'm going to do my best.
The cheesecake will save the day.
Yeah.
I've got a New York chocolate cheesecake. It was absolute. There's one left.
Cheesecake.
One left. I saw that. I was like, this actually can't be real life. Put it out in a basket. I sort of gave up after that, to be fair. I bought a pack of tortilla chips, a couple of packs of hummus for the occasion.
Yeah.
But I think, honestly, like,
it'll be fine.
alcohol sort of carries the day.
I was going to say, we'll get through it.
I reckon I'll be minced by 11 a.m., to be honest with you.
I hope so.
I might get twatted tonight.
Yeah, could do.
Yeah. Should we do a shot to finish off the pod?
A little pickleback.
Yeah. Well,
Shall I jump to Crew Bar and grab us a couple
I'm
of...
going to go to Crew Bar and get some shots.
3:28 a.m.
We have
Take a
this,
shot.
and we eat a pickle.
Okay, you just want to eat the pickles?
No, no, it's not that. But I also don't want to. Sure. I want Owen. Sorry, I want Cookie McJingles.
McJingles.
No, I want Owen. Sorry, not Cookie McJingles. When Owen comes back, I want him to try
the chip.
pickle back. Would you like a pickle?
Yeah, let's do a pickle.
I think this is like a. I don't know, man. I just don't want to. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I want to have.
waste of
I want to have a pickle back on Christmas Day. You know, that's a sad-looking pickle. Kind of big boy. So I'm fingering his chop. Okay. Man, do you like pickles?
I do. I'm not a huge fan of these.
They're
sweet
pretty
ones.
shit. They're also
From last
like
week.
$3.
Yeah.
From last week. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. I feel like you shove yours first and I shove mine, so you can cut it and it will look like. Oh, we're shoving it at the same time. Well, how does that? Okay.
I know you're right, actually.
No,
It's
you
easier
shove
for
yours
me,
first. Yeah. I don't know why. I was expecting to like swallow the pickle whole. All right. How is it? How is she?
Not the same. Not bad though. It's not great pickles.
It's not the same. It's really not the same. Too sweet.
Way too sweet. Anyway,
Anywho,
I think that's probably the end of our Christmas episode.
I agree.
What a Christmas time it's been.
I think it's been a really fun time. I'm actually quite looking forward to.
I think our
Christmas
next
Day.
episode should be a New Year's one. We should do a little party New Year's one.
You know what we should do? Obviously, guys, I'm going to let you into a little secret. Lean in. we shoot these podcasts a little bit ahead of time. It's actually not Christmas Day today.
It's not.
It is the...
No, don't tell them that.
Okay, it's not Christmas Day today. And next week, when we tell you it's Christmas Eve, roll with it, all right?
Roll with it.
We might do a fake countdown. We might pretend
New
like
Year's
it's...
Eve. Yeah. You said Christmas Eve.
I'll say next week when it's New Year's Eve.
Oh, you said Christmas Eve.
Sorry. Next week, when we say it's New Year's Eve, we might do a little countdown.
Might.
And to be honest with you, it might be 6 p.m.
Might be
on
6
Boxing Day.
Might be.
We don't know these things.
It takes
But
a long time to edit this.
it's theatre of the mind, all right? It takes a long time to edit it. And, between you and me, it takes a really fucking long time to upload these things on shit Wi-Fi.
That's true. It takes days.
So, roll with us. So, if this episode doesn't come out till after Christmas, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. And if the New Year's Eve special that wasn't filmed on New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
might not have been filmed on New Year's Eve, doesn't come out till a little bit after New Year's Day, don't worry about it.
Oh, look, we know it's not your fault. You are the 83 people that watch this.
Yeah.
But there is only 83 of you, so it's just not that deep.
And we hope you enjoyed this episode. If you've watched up to this far during the podcast, comment
Cookie McJingles.
Cookie McJingles. Yeah. Also, you can follow Cookie McJingles on Instagram at Cookie McJingles PX. This is actually quite funny. We didn't talk about it. Someone set him up a fake Instagram account. And you should go follow it. And I've said, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you message us any questions on @ShipmatesPod. Other than that, it's been a great episode. We'll see you very soon.